Hey everybody, it's Eddie Joe on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv, and there is so much going on, it's not even funny. So let's start off small, and we'll just kind of build up, right? There's a new macOS malware package out there that's targeting Bitcoin wallet users and Exodus, what is it? Yeah, Exodus wallet users. Be very careful. Be very careful. I don't use a Mac, so I don't know. Obviously, I have my own vulnerabilities using Windows. You know how it is, but Mac OS people, be very wary. Something else that I'm paying attention to. So everybody's heard of Ordinals. Well, there's a rare NFT that actually sold for $250,000. Wow. Now, I know people are not crazy happy about everything that's going on with Ordinals. There are two very distinct camps, right? Those that are happy, those that are not so much. But that's big news. It's called Quantum Cat. Go look it up. It's actually pretty cool. The Industrial and Commercial Bank of China has agreed to pay the Federal Reserve and the New York Department of Financial Services $32.4 million. Yeah, that's kind of big, and it's over multiple violations. That's the world's largest bank, in case you didn't know. That's huge. Now, when I look at this, the reason why I bring it up is because it has to do with money, it has to do with global finances, and it also calls out that hey, China is not in a great space right now. So if you've got China holdings, it's not in a great space right now. There are also doubts about China's plan to boost their economy. So there's a lot going on there. You know, real estate market's taking a hit, their financial industry is taking a hit, construction industry is taking a hit. There's just a lot going on in China that people need to pay attention to. And remember, China can affect Taiwan. China does affect Hong Kong. And if you look at Hong Kong, Hong Kong is actually a pretty decently sized crypto hub. So we need to be paying attention to all these things because some of the news that I bring you doesn't just affect the crypto world, it affects the world. Now, what I found to be interesting is, Grayscale has been talking about how much money they're losing with regard to, what's going outward from, all the outflows that they currently have. Lookonchain analysis says that they might not have disclosed everything just yet, which means that there's probably another shoe to drop. That's not cool, considering FTX is also dumping their Grayscale shares in a major fashion, right? So looking at all these financial moves, I'm just sitting back and I'm going, wow, that's huge, because FTX dropped almost $1 billion worth of Grayscale shares, right? Specifically GBTC. So when I look at this, it's kind of like, okay, so this is why Bitcoin is taking a major hit. Because because Celsius is cashing out, FTX is cashing out. Celsius is cashing out on Ethereum about, I have the number here somewhere. I think it's like 20 some odd $1 million, but they were also cashing out on Bitcoin. But FTX cashing out on Grayscale Bitcoin Trust shares, that is definitely huge. Definitely huge. In smaller news, I told you about, we told you about Gemini getting involved with XRP. Okay, they launched perpetual contracts, perpetual contracts. And that's providing traders with leverage exposure to XRP. And I'm sitting back and I'm just kind of going, yeah, that's cute. I know it's good news for Ripple, but it just seems so late. You know what I mean? It definitely, the more I think about it, the more it definitely feels like they knew they got bad news out of New York, and they knew they had to pay a fine, and they knew they were going to have some big news to kind of drown out, some big positive news to kind of drown out that sour news. And it just feels that way. It just feels grimy like that. But, a business has got to do. I have nothing against Gemini, by the way. The Winklevoss twins and what they're doing, all that good stuff. Really have nothing against them. This particular move just sets me wrong. Now, so here's something that actually is big. You would think that the SEC would pay attention to what they're doing with regard to all of their cases, right? You have knockout blows stemming from the Ripple cases. You have painful things going on with Coinbase. And now, a Fox journalist, no skin in the game, right? Just mentioning that because there's no skin in the game. And John Deaton, obviously, does have skin in the game. Sit there and notice that there are inconsistencies in the SEC's case when they're describing securities. And that's in the Binance case. So you're not strong. The SEC is not strong in three major cases: Ripple, Coinbase, Binance. And if you look at the common thread is you're not doing your job, right? They have not laid proper groundwork and parameters, around crypto, for crypto. They are flip-flopping or wishy-washy or both with regard to the definition of a security. They're unwilling to look at new ideas and basing their current premise, and I should stop saying they, it's really Gary Gensler, right? Basing their current premise on laws that were made about 100 years ago. Now, I get it. Certain rules are able to sustain the test of time, but certain rules and regulations need to be adjusted. And I just still don't understand why Gary Gensler's digging in so much against crypto, especially in such a sloppy way. All eyes are on everything the SEC does. Everything. All eyes are on people like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, who keep talking about how Bitcoin is bad or crypto is bad, and this is how it's being used. The US dollar gets used for more illicit, transactions than crypto. Like far more. Not surprising. But they want to drop a hammer on crypto, but not actually fix anything. They want to be able to wave papers in the air and yell and scream, but they're not actually fixing anything. They're not saying this is not going away, it's a global phenomenon, and the United States does not control it. Now, can you possibly stop the use within the United States? Maybe at best, and most likely not, right? So why not work with the industry to create the proper parameters for crypto, including stablecoins, right? The EU is looking to, not the EU, the Treasury Department in the United States is looking for crypto exchanges to divulge every transaction. Let that wash over you for a minute. Every transaction. So now turn around and look at the Treasury after making that statement. Look at the Treasury and ask yourself, so CBDCs? Your idea for a CBDC is purely just to literally control the money in this country. Literally. They can give it, they can take it away. That really is the case with the CBDC. And now they're thinking, well, we have to hedge our bets in case the CBDC doesn't happen. We still need to know everything that's going on. Because if they know every single transaction, what does that mean? That means they can come up with a court order to actually stop a transaction from going through, or stopping the money flow, stopping all of that. In no way is that bueno. In no way is that a good thing. So Coinbase is pushing back on that. I'm pretty sure you're going to start to see other exchanges push back on that. Forget about just the heavy lifting that would have to happen to hand over the transactions, right? Just to compile all of that data, let alone how often they're supposed to report this. But just the concept of it is absolutely wrong. So the US Treasury is screwing up as much as or more than the SEC with how they're handling crypto. The more I think about it, the more I just say, yeah, I'm not voting for any politician that actually has an idea that a CBDC is a good thing for this country. That would definitely lead toward just ultimate control over the masses. And I mean supreme control. And that would mean if the government can control that, that means somebody's going to want to control the government even more. And that's walking down a very slippery slope. Forget about conspiracy theories and all that. Just having that amount of power rest in a government would absolutely lead to a slippery slope. It's just my opinion. But we should get into the numbers real quick. So let's go do that. Do, 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 do. So you can see everybody's down. I mean, almost nobody that I'm paying attention to is up. Look at all these zeros. Look at all these zeros. Oops. Right? What is going on? There you go. Look at all those zeros. Almost nobody is up. Who's up that I'm paying attention to? The answer is nobody. Yeah, we get it. This one is in the top 100. It's in the top 50 coins. It's up 60%. 6%. I have no idea who they are, what they do, anything like that. It's not a name that's ever popped up on my radar. And I will not pay attention to anything that's actually not on my radar. Then you come over on this side and you say to yourself, my list is only 25 strong, right? So out of that 25, the least amount of hit that you're seeing is 10%, which means if I was to keep going beyond that, you're probably going to see 10%, 10%, 10%, 9%, and down from there. But that's huge. Big swing for a star, dropping 12%. Who else is over here? Pocket Network down 11%. Near Protocol down 11%. Helium down 10%. Avalanche down 10%. And the reason why I bring these up, is because these are ones that I'm kind of like, more dry powder, please. Because I think they're going to go back up. And this is a big drop. The whole market has taken a drop. The stock market's up, cryptoverse is down, okay? Something else that I'm paying attention to. This Myro is nothing more than a meme coin. Nothing more than a meme coin. It's down 26%. That is huge. It's 35% off its all-time high. That's a huge number to drop. I keep telling people, if you're going to play the meme coin game, you better be careful. You better be careful. Now, on the stock side, you have J&J, Procter & Gamble, Netflix, Verizon, Texas Instruments, General Electric. You have some huge companies reporting today. 3M is reporting today. I mean, you have about 82 different companies reporting today. And I like to do just the billions and up. So look at this. I'm not even done yet. So here are all your billions. A few more regional banks are in there. Who else is in here that I'm paying attention to? Not much beyond what I said. Webster Financial is another bank that I know of. But again, a lot of regional banks are reporting today. And then, like I said, you have all these big companies, J&J, P&G, Netflix. Paying attention to Netflix. I'm expecting really good numbers out of Netflix, like no joke. Everybody else is trying to catch up and just be in the black. Netflix is growing their profit. Just saying. Right? Because that's where the world is going. We should be paying attention to what's going to happen to movie theaters as more and more people move to VR, AR. People aren't necessarily going to go out as much. Not when I can wait just a few weeks and I'm going to see that movie at home anyway. I'll do that because I'm not going to pay there and pay here. That's just not going to be a thing. I think outdoor opportunities are going to shift. They're going to change. People are going to do different things. The younger generations are definitely living more. Sitting in to go out to sit in a movie theater, that's boring to them. I can do that at home, Netflix and chill. Why would I go out to do that? I'm doing other things. I'm really bringing experiences. Television and movies is for the house. So I'm expecting a dip when it comes to movie theaters and things like that. Just as a general thing. Again, let's see. Today's Tuesday. We don't have anything scheduled today, so we can skip by that. We're down in neutral zone right now at 50 for the fear and greed index. DeFi Llama is down to 73 billion. Right. I remember when we were in the 50s, so I'm still paying attention. Now look at my bar right now. Look at this. What did I tell you? I told you. I said we're probably gonna go down, and if we do, I'm being honest. I'm looking at 38, 39. Other people are thinking 34. That would put us all the way down here, right? These are my two numbers in the 34 area, 3406 and 35232. We haven't seen those numbers in a long time, and I hope we don't go back to those numbers, because I'm really not expecting to see 35,000 again. If I do, I'm gonna have to get up and go get some more jobs and do something. Why? Because I would want to buy in on Bitcoin at those levels. I'd want to buy in at Bitcoin at this level. Looking at the big board, like I said, everything's in the red, or just about everything's in the red. Two coins I don't know about, right? TAO, TAL, and Leo. I have no idea what those coins are, so I'm not paying attention to them. Other people might pay. They're not small, obviously. TAO is a little small, but Leo's not all that small, right? It's comparable. It's bigger than Uniswap. So it's obviously doing something. It's up 4%. But everything that I can see, it's the only one, right? Looking at the numbers, you're talking about massive losses. Your safest place it seems to actually be Ethereum, right? Other than stablecoins, obviously, your safest place seems to be Ethereum. Who else? Because everybody else is down in major ways. I mean, Polkadot for the year on year, year to date, down over 26%. Avalanche down over 27%. Cardano down 22%. Wow. These are huge numbers. To me, these are huge opportunities depending on what you're looking for. No, I'm not looking at Internet Computer Corp. It's not my thing. It's not my thing at all. There's Uniswap down 20%. Here's Cosmos down 15%. And these are hot platforms. Everybody's laughing about, why are you still talking about XLM? Why are you still talking about Stellar? Stellar's down only 15% compared to other coins. Injective doing not down as much, right? 11%, 11.5%. Aptos down 17%. Some of the hottest coins out there are down by whopping numbers. Not to say that Stellar's not down, but Stellar's not down as much as some. More than others, but not as much as some. This is why I pay attention to how coins move. Not just the name of the coin, not just the use case of the coin, but I also pay attention to how they move in comparison to other coins. Anyway, this is AJ on Crypto. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, drop me a note. Love hearing from you. And if you don't, let me know how I can improve this and we can continue making it better. Don't forget, if you want me to look up something, hit me up over on growmybag.tv, where we have all of the articles that I just reported on. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.